Good morning, y'all. We're back to ReRe Review. Yeah. This morning we had a lot of activity going on. Auntie's still gonna be making her phone calls throughout today and tonight. I got a lot of phone calls to make to a lot of people. Some phone calls might take a little bit longer than others. So I'm really I gotta gather my thoughts together. Amen. Before I call some folks, I gotta get my mind right before I call Sister Dominic. You know, she a little unstable at this point. So I definitely don't want to say the wrong thing to Sister Dominic, or Sister Sarah, or Sister Libby. You know, we got some who, we got to really think carefully before you make that phone call. Amen. But anyway, back to the reviews. Amber, I'm going to have to call Mrs. Dalton too, my employer, because she doing too much. Amber really doing too much right now. Amber is so excited at the possibility, amen, that Kai is not Anthony's, that she's losing focus on the big picture, which is the repercussions. So there are going to be repercussions whether Kai is Anthony's or not. Either way, it's going to be a huge impact to their marriage. She's just thinking like, oh, well, everything's going to be perfect and we're going to live happily ever after if Kai's not his. But this is going to be trauma. If anybody knows anything about PTSD or depression, these type of things can trigger those responses, those trigger responses. This is not the first time that Anthony has, Anthony has dealt with panic and anxiety disorder. And a lot of people that suffer from panic and anxiety disorder, I've suffered from myself, they also suffer from depression, sometimes chronic depression. And Anthony, if y'all who've been in Skidlana for a while, when he had went into bankruptcy and stuff and he was trying to get the wedding and stuff together, he went through the panic attacks where he thought he was having a heart attack and things of that nature. So she's not thinking about how this could really impact her husband in a negative way, like a big negative way, where it's going to increase his trust issues. It's going to make him rethink about, should he really have forgiven her? Just like Arby brought up this morning when Arby said to Amber, birds of a feather flock together, she learned it from you. Every grown person makes their own decisions. But was birds of a feather not flocking together? See, people keep forgetting. And people have come for me in the comments and everything when I brought up Amber's past and when I did the rewind of how she pursued Mike knowing that he was with Ro. Y'all keep forgetting. Amber did not enter Skidland as an angel. She did not. And we keep forgetting it. But I'm glad that Aubrey brought it back up. Because Amber has to remember, baby, you was not no angel. You were not. You may be on that road now, and I don't like this side of Amber. I like when she was taking the humble approach. I like when we saw growth, because it's so easy to get yourself wrapped back up, if you will, in that vindictive mentality, in that snaky mentality, where you end up being just as worse as the person that you dislike. And I'm so scared of that for Amber, because she's going down this slippery slope. She's telling she's back to what she was. Like Anthony was on the what should I do tour. She's on the running her mouth tour. And everybody you running your mouth to don't have your best interest. I loved Coca's approach last night when she said, hey, I ain't getting in there when it comes to the kids. That ain't my business. Let the courts handle it. I don't even have an opinion on it. Because what Amber not realizing, that I think Coca does realize, Anthony go remember almost like you don't want this child to be mine. So if Kai does turn out to be his child, how do you go from, I didn't think it was your child, I didn't want it to be your child, to all of a sudden, I love your child? You can't do both. And how is she going to transition to being the loving mother spirit, excuse me, to being the loving mother spirit after you've been on this, Kai not really his tour, or Kai might not be his tour. The confusing thing about it for the viewers, amen, is that we stuck in limbo now because we really don't know what to think. And that's for real. We really, truly don't know what to think at this point. Because now they almost planting a seed that it might be Anthony's child. Now this morning, they've planted the seed, it might be Arby's child. Because that's one thing, and that's one thing I brought up to somebody was like, well, no, Arby was there the whole time. No, Arby wasn't. She took that test away and she put it in the mail, and Jasmine did everything. And at that time, Jasmine was gung-ho on being Arby's wife. So did she tamper with the test, which would have made Arby's test wrong. So it really would have made it really would have made Jasmine and Jasmine and Angelina now tamper with the test. So now it's really up in the air. Everything that we thought about this whole thing, I still think it's gonna be a wow factor. I still think somebody go come up that we did not know about, that she sleep with. Cause Shayla other friends, like the dude who came from out of town, that was her friend. The guy she hooked Mike up with the acting thing, who does have red hair, was her friend. The basketball player who had the lipstick and stuff at his house that she tried to hook Sonny up with was the friend. And I wonder if he's about to pop back up in the storyline. Remember her friend who was the basketball player? Amen. Is he gonna end up knowing Iman? And did Shayla have dealings with him? A lot to think about, y'all. It's a lot to uncover with this story. I think Shayla, Anthony, and Amber, the AAS disorder, will continue to be the main skit because it's so many layers to unfold. With some of the other skits, and I'm not knocking anybody hustle, anybody grind, and some of the storylines have come to grow on us over time or whatever. But at the end of the day, this storyline continues to get traction because it has so many layers to it. This stuff with DC and Sarah, it's all over the place. At least with the Anthony, Amber, and Anthony skit, we have some type of structure. We have a plot, we have a theme, we have a consistent storyline of who's the baby daddy and the different layers of it. The thing with the Sarah skit, it is just like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. DC got the barbershop, but now the V character is framing DC. That makes no sense. Like, I don't get that one. It's hard for me to even look at it now. Like, she's framing DC for paternity. Like, framing him to not tell Sarah. I thought Sarah already knew that, because Sarah was saying she better not be pregnant. So it's already, the seed already been planted. So why would you give her money? And the baby not here. And have you even seen a pregnancy test? It makes no sense at all. Like, that story now don't flow at all. Erica and Lawrence and Nina coming back to apologize, I skip them now. I skipped those skits. And now we've added somebody, I don't know if those Lawrence friends went to the skit, and I was like, who are these people? So we're doing a whole lot. Like, we're really doing way too much. Sorry, that's my egg from my breakfast burrito this morning. Y'all excuse the food. But yeah, that's my view on that particular skit. Field skits, to me, still the funniest. I love me some field skits. Keep Phil and his brother them around, because they are comic relief. So I'm going to give a little bit of everybody on this one live. So I love them. Keep that part of the show. Parker, she's just a wonderful little young actress like Kaka. Love her. Look, I'm gonna fit John in the storyline some kind of way. They could be schoolmates or something, talking about their parents. Amen. We're gonna fit John in that script some kind of way. What else is I gonna say here? It's another one. Which other skit we need to talk about? Oh, I'm gonna talk about the Bradford now skit on it, because they a big storyline that's getting traction. I'm gonna talk briefly about Mike and Melissa. Mike and Melissa, y'all, we don't need no more of that. That makes no sense. Their relationship never made sense. I don't know if they dating in real life or something. I don't know why we trying to push that or force that relationship. They don't fit. They never fit. She gave him back his necklace, and that's it. He fit more with Dominic than he fit with Melissa. It don't fit. Writers, please stop trying to push that narrative. It don't fit. If it, what do you say? If it don't fit, you must quit. Please quit. I mean, please, it don't fit. Amen. It just really don't fit. So we need to stop trying to force that. We're forcing that on everybody. It's too aggressive. If this woman gave up a whole business that could have been lucrative, what common sense does it make? We understand that make believe is make believe, and you overdo stuff in movies and stuff like that, the drama part of it, the comedy part of it. But some stuff just bring common sense back to some of the skits. Why would you give up 5% of a business all over again? That makes no sense. Y'all can find plenty of, are you just looking for another hood chick to do hood stuff at the car wash? Let Auntie come to the car wash. I know some hood people. I might have to call Mike later on and tell him I know some hood people who can do the job. He ain't got to go back in the business with Lissa. Him and Lissa need to part ways and part them for good. Amen. Because I'm sick of them trying to force that on us. Stop forcing that on us. It's making me uncomfortable. It's triggering. Every time they talk on the phone, it just triggers me. Every time Melissa and Mike in the same sentence, it triggers me. Amen. And brought Auntie back out of it. ReRe was trying to do the review. Now here come Auntie. Because it's triggering. Amen. Leave that storyline. Let that be dead. I'd rather see Lissa with Trill. What's that girl named Sway? Bring Sway back. Let her sway back into the storyline. Amen. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Nikki, I like Nikki. Nikki's so sweet. But Nikki a little slow too, because she keep on pushing the narrative too. But Nikki's a sweet girl. I like Nikki. Amen. The Hollywood storyline. Hollywood now. I don't know. We need a little Hollywood in there, because it's Hollywood's in the hood. So we're gonna keep all Hollywood around. Cause Hollywood that X factor. Amen. She's growing on, because we need a little instability. They done upgraded the trap house, and we gonna keep Hollywood in there, because Hollywood always throw a monkey wrench. But I just want Hollywood to get a job with some type of income. Amen. Who else we gotta talk about that? I don't miss it. I already said I'm gonna keep Dominic separate. I'm gonna keep Ralphie there because those are big storylines. They deserve their own review by themselves. Amen. Which another one? Amazing. The Sherman Nam skit. Now that is a storyline that picks up traction every now and then. That's just one of them. You know, just look, something to look at every now and then. It's there. You know, it's worth a watch. Amen. But that one okay. There ain't too much to say about it. You know, that's one of them you don't have nothing good or bad to say. It's just there. It's just there. But I'm ready. I want them to give Erica Pickett. I want them to give her another meaningful storyline because she's really a good actress. As I said in one of the other skits, they really messed things up when they messed up her and Dee's storyline when they was getting back together. That was a good storyline. And then after they let her lose the baby, it's like it just went all over the place. But I wish they would sincerely bring that one back. They had more stability. I'd rather them still get her and DC and Jada back as a family and let Sarah go on about her way. Let them go and get their divorce. This whole V thing, I don't know who V friends with. Some of it feels like we just add people because they know somebody, or we add people because we helping them with the come up. You know, like sometimes we come up in the world, we want to bring certain people along with us. Some of these people just don't fit, and it's throwing off the chemistry that they have. Their core group has chemistry. It's a chemistry, it's a bill. It's almost like start another channel for the other people that you want to help or whatever. But as far as the Country Wayne brand, it's like it's a lot of chemistry with those people. Amen. Like it's chemistry with Jocelyn and Dee and Tamara, and they just had like, it's like the family, like the original group family, and they grew from the original Country Wayne lines, but they had like a purpose. And some of the people that are coming in, they don't really have that purpose, like V, and like they tried to force Flo, that didn't work out. They keep bringing back Sarah and Athena now, and Athena was funny. Athena was one of the funniest females they had on there since Shell. They was real funny. So I don't know. And maybe all those characters, it's just the storylines are not fitting. It's not that any of them are not good actors and actresses. They're all good in their own regard, but you have to have a story to like keep your audience interested. And I think that's where they're losing some people on some of the storylines. Then it's so many storylines overlapping, and people are really like engaged with what happens to Ralphie. Will him and Sade get together? People are engaged with the Sonny and Mike and Dominic dynamic. You know, those are the core skits that we want to see what happens next type skits. And then we have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fillers. And those fillers, they're not getting the attention or the love they should get because we still invested in those main skit lines. And again, I think that's where things are getting thrown off. It's not that those other skits may not have potential to grow and develop. It's just to the point where we had a blowout. Bless him, Jesus. It's just to the point where they're not getting their due attention because it's too much. So that's my 2 points. I've just been rambling with ReRe this morning. Rambling reviews with ReRe. I just spit blood. But rambling reviews with ReRe. We'll get back to Skit Atlanta. We still ain't seen what it might be going on right now. Shayla having a conversation with her mama about the child support issue. So I'll be back, and ReRe be back with her phone calls. Got a few phone calls to make. I might need to call V myself. Be like, V, baby, go and do something different with your life. Find something safe to do, V. Cause Sarah ain't what you want to play with. She digging ditches. Amen. Sarah might be a Caucasian Same Japanese girl, but I'm telling you, she ain't what you want to play with. She ain't what you want. She come from that bad girl series. Sarah, she might not be. You might want to find something safe to do. We've been rambling for 20 minutes. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye. And y'all drop in the subject line, who you want ReRe to call next. Talk to you later.